सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादम् शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयं देवम् सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। हरि ओम। Very few of us sit quiet and think about oneself and the world that is surrounding us. There is a mood of contemplation that dawns over the mind, more so when we are into vanaprastha, when the world and the worldly things are not fascinating anymore to us, when the enthusiasm and the interest in the material things around us starts diminishing, when the mind of very few starts questioning the relationship that we maintained so far throughout our life, when we see the relationship of our spouse, the husband or the wife, the children, the friend, the money, the possessions, the power, the career, we suddenly feel a big vacuum in our life. What did I do? Did I really spend my life in pondering that was worth the pondering? And these moments do come in our life. As I said again, more in the vanaprastha-ashrama, more after you reach a ripe age, as they call. And then a question gallows in the mind that what is all this? To be born and to die Is this the shortest biography that we all have as human beings? Or is there something more to it? Is my appearance a transient thing on the screen of life? Or is my life a continuous journey which I am not aware of? How much I have walked through till this birth, how much I will be walking further, I have no clue. Who makes me walk? What makes me born? Is there a world other than the world that I see or perceive? If so, what is the nature of that world? Is it true that the other worldly things, paralaukika, as mentioned in our scriptures, is it true? Has anybody seen paradise? Does paradise exist? Why few of us very early in the life abandon everything, all the material things, and go into a solitude, contemplate, and claim that they have achieved something? What is that? Utter chaos and confusion in the mind, and the journey towards knowing what reality is traverses through this confusion, confabulation. And then we start posing serious questions. I, as Mr. So-and-so, perceive the things around me with the help of the indriyas that I have. I see my wife, I see my children, I see the world, I see the river, I see the mountain. When I say I see the things around me, I have no difficulty in ascertaining that I am watching them, and I is the one who sees the things, and I is the one who understands the things. If I am the subject and all are the objects which are perceived through my sense organs, a doubt comes in the mind. Is it possible that I am also an object for something? Because I see a tiger, so I am the subject. Tiger is an object. I see the tiger and I understand and I perceive that the tiger is there, but simultaneously the tiger is watching a deer. So tiger is a subject, deer is an object. So deer as an object is perceived by the tiger who is a subject, but tiger as a subject becomes an object for me as a man. So that means every object has a subject, every seen thing has a seer, and there is a very high possibility that for every seer there is another seer. If I am watching the tiger is watching the deer, and the deer is watching the water, then the sequence can be very long. If it is long, then I am perceiving the world. Who is perceiving me? Who is behind me? Who perceives me? Who knows me? By logic, the possibility is definitely there that there is somebody who perceives me, who knows me. I know the objects, so I am the subject, but I can be an object for some subject behind me about whom I have no idea. Because I'm ready to perceive all the objects around me and I am the subject, I am superior as a subject. Subject is always superior to an object in terms of cognition. So if somebody is behind me who perceives me, understands me, he must be bigger than me. A golden coin is lying on the road, but I'm blind. That means even though the golden coin is there, the gold coin is there, I can't see it because I don't have the indriya called eye. That means eye is superior to the gold, to the object. So the vastu or the object is inferior to the indriya. Indriya is superior because indriya perceives. So indriya is a subject and the coin is an object. But if I am dead, I have the eye, but I can't see. That means the eye is able to see because of the mind. In absence of mind, I cannot see even though present. That means I is an object, the mind is a subject, and the subject is superior. The antakarana, the mind, is superior to the indriya. And then comes a question, is there anything superior to the mind? Is there anything behind the mind that is superior, who is cognizing the mind? If it is, who is he? Where is he? Where is it? And if every subject becomes an object, then object-subject relationship has no end. Because water is seen by the deer, deer is seen by the tiger, tiger is seen by the meat. Somebody, that somebody will be seen by somebody, there will be anavastha prasanga, infinite regression, which is logically not true. That means the perception or the cognition of the object by a subject has to stop somewhere. There must be somebody behind, but somewhere it should stop, and one must be able to say that that is the final subject, beyond which there is nothing. That means there is something which cognizes everything in the world, but there is nobody cognizing him behind him. There is one subject in the world who knows everything, but there is no one behind that subject to know him. Is that possible? Is that logically possible? An inferior object is seen by or perceived by the superior subject will become inferior object for another superior subject. If this goes on, logically it doesn't seem possible that there is a final subject who understands every object. Logically impossible. That means the one who cognizes everything, the one for whom everything is an object, has to be somebody who is not a subject or not a nature of the subject. That one who knows everything has to be different than those down the line who know object. So if my nature is of two hands, two eyes, sa indriya, sharira, that last one who cognizes everything cannot be same as me. Logical. Then what is the nature of that final cognizer? The first question is, what is the nature of that final subject, final cognizer, final perceiver? If it is not like me, it is different, then what is the nature? One. And the second important thing is, if he is the one who sees everything, then everything as an object was created for him after he was born, or first he was born and then every object was born. We are just using thought process through vichara. We are trying to find out relationship of ultimate reality. If there is an ultimate reality, the final person, the final subject, the all perceiver, if he perceives everything, then perception for him came later on and first he was there, or with the perception itself he was born. Object was born simultaneously with the subject, or subject was earlier there and then objects were there. World got created after the creator, or the creator and the creation was a simultaneous event. Think. Thinking in this has clues for Brahma Vidya. If we say creator was earlier there and he made creation later on, then why was he keeping quiet for some time? Creator was born in the morning and he created the creation in the afternoon. Why was he waiting? What made him wait? That is absurd, illogical. That means the creator and creation is a simultaneous thing. But now the question gets complicated. Is it that the creation happened so the creator was born? Or was there a creator who created the creation? Who is first? Because if creation is not there, we cannot call him creator. And if creator is not first, then who will create? So is creation first or creator first? Or is it creator creation a simultaneous phenomena? And if creation is constantly changing and getting born and destroyed, that means it is not a permanent thing. Then can the creator be a permanent thing? So if the creation and creator both are not permanent, then what is permanent? That brings in a third possibility, that is there anything other than creator and the creation existing? Just through the thought process, we are trying to reach the ultimate reality. The purpose of discussion is to logically find out by just putting the questions to us. Creation and the creator. Why we should believe in this? Because every object has a subject. Every perception has a perceiver. So bigger the perceiver. So there must be a perceiver who is the biggest of all. And that being the last, we call him creator, because he created the objects. That's why he became. So question is, he created the object, so he became the subject, or he was the subject who created the objects, or subject and object is a simultaneous creation. Swami Vivekananda has given excellent answer in all his lectures in America. Creator and creation are two parallel lines running parallel to each other forever. Anadi Ananta. Creator and the creation are two parallel lines without origin, without end, constantly running parallel to each other. Now, does that mean that the one who is a part of the creation will continue to remain in creation? He will never reach the creator, because these are two parallel lines. And to answer that, both the lines of creator and creation running parallel to each other since beginningless time to endless end can be transcended. When you transcend the creation, you transcend the creator. When you stop being an object, you automatically stop being a subject. Subject-object duality, pramata, prameya duality, jnata, jneya duality, it's simultaneously transcended. If the creation becomes one with the creator, what remains? If the creator becomes one with creation, what remains? The identification or the difference between creation and creator, once it is obliterated, both creator and creation cease to exist, which is called transcending the creator creation. That means there is something beyond creator and creation where such an individual who crosses the creator and creation must be reaching. That means the ultimate reality has to be beyond the creation and beyond the creator. How the thought process in Advaita Vedanta has developed. Creation is there, so there is a creator. And the creation has to have a definite rule to follow. So there is somebody who controls it. Ishatva, he is Ishvara. The creation called Jagat has a controller called Ishvara. How long will Ishvara last? Till the Jagat is lasting, because his job is the controller. If there is nothing to control, where will the controller go? Creation and the creator both shall be obliterated if they become one, or one dies, the creation dies. When the creation dies, creator has no role. So since the creation is created by the creator, a day will come, the creation will be all dead. That is what the other religions think. Judgment day in Christianity, Qayamat in Islam, a day will come when everything is going to get over. Advaita does not believe in it. It says, sir, it is a foolhardy concept. Creation and creator are the parallel lines. Without origin, without end, they shall continue to be there. But as a created individual, that is a jiva, you have the ability to obliterate the creator and the creation and go beyond that which is beyond the creator and the creation is the ultimate reality designated by the word Brahma. So what happens when I transcend the creator and creation and reach the Brahma? From the standpoint of the Brahma, the creator and creation are the mirages or the falsities. The huge creation and the creator both appear to be a false mirage on the substratum called Brahma. Since creator and creation both depend on Ashraya, the substratum called Brahma, it goes logically that the Brahma or the ultimate reality has to be different than creator and creation. If it is not different, it will be creator or creation. It has to be different in nature than the creator and the creation. See, Maharaj, we have come through the thought process from object-subject relationship to a point where we concluded that creation, creator are permanent parallel lines that will continue to go forever. However, these two lines can be transcended, cannot be obliterated, but can be transcended by reaching beyond them. That means there is something beyond creator and creation, point number one. It is possible to transcend the creator and creation, point number two. And after transcending the creation and the creator, the perception which we have as there is a creation and there is a creator is gone. If that perception of creator and creation is gone when you reach beyond the creation and the creator, then is it existing or is it not existing, creator and creation? It depends on which side of a rainbow you are. If you are on the other side of the rainbow, you see the colorful rainbow. If you're on the another side of rainbow, there is no rainbow at all. So the one who has transcended creator creation gets annoyed if he's asked about the creation. अगा जे घडलेची नाही त्याची वार्ता पुसशी काय? Why are you asking me about something which has never happened? Samartha Ramdas says. All the yogis who transcended creator creation, they laugh moment you say about creation. Why? It hasn't happened. So there is a person who has transcended creator creation and is describing the nature of ultimate reality. There is a person who has not transcended creator creation and he's trying to understand the ultimate reality. That is the problem in understanding the reality. The person who is Brahmi Bhuta, he tells us that you are Brahma. You are beyond creation and creator. And we keep telling them that what this gentleman is talking, I am a person with so and so name, I am my wife, etc., etc. Relationship, this world is so real. Yesterday I came from the job, got money in my hand, and all this is false. And now, while listening to Brahma Jidnyasa, listening to the Brahma Jidnyasa, we all know that there is something called Brahma. Still, we don't get the experience of the Brahma. Why it is so? It is because there is a story of a king called, who had a pradhana called Bharchu. Bharchu was the pradhan of a king, a very loyal person, very competent person. But some people in the court of that king conspired because of jealousy, and when this Bharchu went into forest, they killed him. They gave money to somebody to kill him. For some reason, he somehow escaped, but got very afraid that there are people trying to kill me. So he went into jungle and became a sannyasi. When the court people came to know that the person whom we were trying to kill is still alive, and if king comes to know about it, we all will be in danger. So they went to the king and said, Maharaj, your Pradhan Bharchu, he went into jungle and he has been eaten by tigers. However, very recently he was spotted and he has become a ghost. So the king was given false information that Bharchu, his Pradhan, is dead, and the second information that he has become a ghost. So when the king somehow chanced upon seeing the Pradhana Bharchu in the forest, he started running away saying that ghost, ghost, ghost. So what happened to the king is, he saw Bharchu, yet he did not believe that he is alive, same Bharchu, because he had a false concept that he is dead. This is called asambhavana. Asambhavana. That means Bharchu cannot exist. Why? He is dead. And he has become a ghost. I saw him. This is called viparita bhavana. First is asambhavana. Bharchu is not there. He is dead. Viparita bhavana, he has become ghost. exactly like that, for us, I am not Brahma, asambhavana. Ask anybody, who are you? I am so and so. But you are Brahma. Yeah, that is what they say in the books. I am not. Why? Asambhavana. I am not Brahma. What is Mahavakya? I am Atma Brahma. And what do we say? I am not Brahma. Then who are you? Virtue has become ghost, Viparita Bhavana. So who are you? I am Mr. So and so, Viparita Bhavana. I am not Brahma, Asambhavana. I am Dr. So and so, Viparita Bhavana. That is why, even though we read in Brahma Jidnasa, Brahma is the ultimate reality, it is only at the intellectual level. There is no realization. Because of Asambhavana and Viparita Bhavana. I am not Brahma, I am body. And the whole purpose of Shastra or Vedanta is to retire these two, Asambhavana and Viparita Bhavana. Once this is gone, there is no need to tell us that I am Brahma. We will realize that we are Brahma. And in order to remove these two aberrations, Asambhavana and Viparita Bhavana, we do all the karma kand, including upasana, to remove this. We do not bring Brahma from somewhere. It's right here. In the story, if the king is told that he is the same virtue, pradhana, which you had, he is not dead and he is not a ghost. This is what happened. Your people from the court, they conspired and made this story and they tried to kill him, etc. Suddenly the king will realize that, oh, my virtue is alive and he is the same virtue, he is not a ghost. That means both Asambhavana and Viparita Bhavana will be retired simultaneously. So we have forgotten that we are Brahma. And so that is why there is a need to remember that I am Brahma. That which is remembered by remembering and that which is forgotten by forgetting is Maya. That which is remembered by remembering and forgotten by forgetting is Maya, and that which is never forgotten and beyond remembrance is Brahma. If that was the case, then the final chapter, the final ending of the fourth sutra in the first adhikarana ends with the final word, Nanu Atma Aham Pratyaya Vishayatvat Upanishadatsu Eva Vidyayat Iti Anupapannam. Since Atma is understood as I, then we cannot say that Upanishads make it known. If I am Brahma is what I am supposed to realize, I am Brahma. If this is what I am supposed to realize, then what is the need of Upanishad for that? It is I who has to realize that I am Brahma. This is Purva Paksha. The Siddhanta Paksha says that you can never know Brahma as an object of I. I gets illumined by the Brahma. To explain this, electricity is present in the water. It's called hydroelectricity. It's present in the water. It is harnessed and then flown through the wires. Even when it is harnessed and flown through the wires, does electricity do anything? Nothing. If we look at the wire, we just look at the wire, we say there is electricity in it. But what is it doing? Nothing. What is the electricity which is present in the water doing? No function of electricity it is doing, yet it is there. That is what the Brahma is like, which is called Chaitanya. Pure consciousness, Brahma, Chaitanya, is like the electricity which does nothing. What color is electricity? No color. No nature can be said about it. Not perceptible at all. When this electricity flows into an instrument like fan or tube light, the consciousness becomes, Chaitanya becomes Chetana. Consciousness, when it is utilized by the utilizer, it is called utilized consciousness, Chetana. Because of that utilized consciousness, the tube light gives the light. If tube light gives the light, why is it that the electricity is directly not throwing light? Why the light is not coming from the water in which the electricity is there? Because it is in the form of pure consciousness, not utilized by utilizer's consciousness. Chaitanya, unless it becomes abhivyakti as a Chetana, it will not be seen, it will not be utilized. That means that which is only perceptible by us on utilization is a Chetana, and then it is recognized as utilizer. So we are able to see a tube light, but we are not able to see the Chaitanya behind the Chetana. Why? Because the instrument by which I can see the light, the effect of Chetana, is eyes. I have the eyes. So with the eyes, I can see the tube light and say that yes, tube light has given the light. That means Chaitanya's transformation as a Chetana with the help of an implement or the material. Now, only a tube light, if you take, it is of no use. It's just a glass, dead. It gets enlivened by Chaitanya, Chetana. So Chetana part of the Chaitanya, that dead tube light, together form the light. And that light is called Jnana. So what is the Jnana Prapti? That means Chaitanya must be Jnanamaya. It cannot be Jnanamaya. Chaitanya, when gets associated with the implement like Antakarana, association of Chetana and Antakarana gives the light called Jnana. But that Jnana is Abhivyakt, expressed Swarupa of the Chaitanya. That is not Chaitanya. The speed of the fan, the light of the tube light is not the nature of electricity. This is the utilization of electricity. But because it gives light, we say electricity is Prakasha Swarupa, electricity is Vega Swarupa. This is for our understanding. Can the speed of the fan be there or the light of tube light be there without the electricity? No. Does electricity give these two things? No. Does only fan and only tube light gives the light? No. It is only when the consciousness, Chaitanya or the electricity gets affected as a Chetana, or the conduction through the wire to that particular implement and gets associated with that suitable implement, it gives the light. That light is called Jnanam. And because the light is there from the tube light, there has to be somebody from where it is coming. So tube light gives the light. The statement we make, neither tube light can produce a light, nor electricity is interested in producing the light. The association is interested in producing the light. That is why when we say, I am Atma Brahma, I am Brahma, actually it is the Brahma who is enlightening even the I. And every time we think of an association or Chetana can be only through a restricted part. Chaitanya is unrestricted, unlimited. So the aim to understand ultimate reality is by means of dissociating with the implements and becoming one with the electricity. As you try knowing the electricity by going behind the implement, there is a small electric wire structure which converts the electricity and helps in the rotation of the fan. That implement inside the central part of the fan, the generator, whatever we call it, that is precisely the Antakarana. If one is able to reach the Antakarana and separate the Antakarana that is dead from the Chetana, which is the live part, moment Chetana is separated from the Antakarana, Chetana resolves into Chaitanya. Moment you separate the electric motor by switching off, the electricity goes back into the wire, into the back to the origin. So the whole process of sadhana is to dissociate the Antakarana or the utilizer, restricted utilizer of the consciousness, so that you can reach the consciousness. But to reach the consciousness, you will have to hold to the Chetana. Holding on to Chetana is the last upasana that you do in the samadhi, where you focus on your ahankara. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Asmita. When you cross the boundary of Asmita, the Chetana resolves into the Chaitanya. The one who is trying to know the Brahma becomes the Brahma. And that is why in a Rajju Sarpa theory, snake on the rope theory, even if you are told that, look, this is a rope, not a snake, immediately the adhyasa of snake is retired. But even if we are told 1,000 times that you are Brahma, the adhyasa is not resolved. Why it is so? It is so because till the time you are associated with the body, Sharira, which is nothing else but the product of dharma and adharma, dharma, adharma, papa, punyam. That means sa ichha karma, good or bad. Till that time is there, the body will be there to exhaust the vasanas or the karma. And till the body is there, you cannot, you will not, you will never try to dissociate yourself from the Chetana or the journey to the Chaitanya. That is why the person who has done this, a person of great stature, Mahamanav, the way Gurudeva was, Swami Vivekananda was, When they dissociate themselves and become Brahmi Bhuta, or they become the electricity per se, they also know simultaneously the game that was played so far. Once you know that you are the Brahma, after that point, your dissociation with your body is complete. That is why even if you have the body, you have nothing to do with the body. Shariri, you are Shariri, you are embodied. Gurudeva had same body as us. But simultaneously in that body, he was disembodied. And the Upanishad, the Sutra says, Ashariram vavasantam na priya apriya sprushataha. One who has given up the body, given up in, as in death, or even when he is alive, by dissociating from the body, such a person does not have priya apriya sprushataha. He cannot have sukham and dukkham. And still we say Gurudev was always in sukha. He cannot be. He was neither in sukha nor in dukkha. Then what was he in? We cannot even imagine the third category. Person has to be either sukhi or dukhi. No, he was neither sukhi nor dukhi. Then what was he? That was he. A person who has lot of gold in his house, and a thief comes and takes away a small part of it, he feels very bad. There is a theft in my house. He starts crying because he feels he owns the gold and something of it has been stolen. Now, if the same person takes sannyas, what happens? He knows the gold kept there is his. But even if it is completely taken away, he doesn't feel anything. Why? He has relinquished the right on the gold. The gold is still there. In fact, it is earned by him. He has given up the ownership. In the similar manner, a Jivan Mukta, because he has Brahma Siddhi, all the world is around him. He knows the world is around him. World is not to be destroyed. It is Jagat Vinasa. It is Jagat Badha. Badha means the present obliterated. Presence is not destroyed. So all Jivan Mukta, the drama continues. The drama company has a contract forever. The drama Jagat shall continue to be there. You are drama anyway, but nothing you from becoming the spectator. Seeing last show, your interest in the drama is over, so you leave the theater. While you are in the drama, suddenly you realize that this is a drama, then you go out of the drama, but where do you go? You are still alive, so you become a spectator. After the show is over, you don't want to see the repeat show. You just get out of the theater. What the Jivan Mukta is. Ashariram vam na priya apriya sprushataha. Is for the nature, to know the nature of Brahma. Supposing in the drama you are playing a role of a particular character and you feel that the character is you. So the first thing that you need to understand that is a character in the drama and you are not that character. You have to come out of the character by discarding your clothes, discarding that drama, coming into the wing outside and then realizing that I was not that. Goes through two stages. First, the person who is playing the character, he removes the all the drinking and everything. Then he starts thinking. First is he comes to know I am not the king, because that king was in drama. Similarly, in sadhana, we remove all the attachments, vairagya, by thinking, viveka. Then what will happen? I will come to know that I am not so and so. My wife, etc., relationship are not true. My things in the world, the material thing is not true. What is untrue, I will come to know. I was a character in drama, I will come to know. But if I am not a character in drama, then who I am is the second part. The first part is to know what you are not, to achieve through viveka and vairagya. Then who I am, first, who I am not. That is the first sadhana. Second, who I am, that who I am is upasana. And while searching who I am, you keep removing the layers of who I am not, who I am not, who I am not. That is called bandha nivrutti. And when such a bandha nivrutti is ultimately reached, all of a sudden you realize that there are no more coverings on me, there are no more bandhas on me. And at the same time, eka samaya vachede, you realize you are Brahma. It's like Brahma who removes all the clothes of the king, comes out, then keeps searching through the lens, goes to his home, and suddenly realize, oh, I stay in this home, my original person's name is this. His knowledge of I am not the king in the drama, but I am so and so really, both happen simultaneously. Avidya nivrutti, bandha nivrutti, and mokshopadan or brahmi bhutata happens simultaneously. Apana sarikhe kariti tatkal. In Marathi, this shloka, this Ovi says that saintly people, the Guru, what he does, he makes the disciple as him instantly. Instantly meaning, on one side the Ajnana retires, and the other side the Brahma arises. It is not a consequential process, it is a simultaneous process. And at that point of time, one realizes that what I was searching was my nature only. It is not that I obtained something or I acquired something, I got into some stage. No. I was constantly in this stage. I am Brahma, I was Brahma, I will be Brahma, I am Brahma, Brahma. The kernel of the fruit was always there, only the coverings were removed one by one. The last covering, when it is removed, what do you say? You removed the last covering or the kernel came up? Both happened simultaneously. That is how conclusively Acharya has proved that the karma and karma kanda, upasana, all these can help in removing the coverings. But aham brahmasmi, the nature of me is Brahma, is a pratyaksha anubhava anubhuti, which is aparoksha. So it is called aparoksha anubhuti pratyaksha jnana for our understanding. And that is where the defense in the Samanvayadhikaran, in the defense in the first 4 sutras, has been completed by Shankaracharya. The first big opponent, Purva Mimamsa, has been summarily quietened. We took 37 lectures to understand first 4 sutras, which are merely 4 lines. But no surprise, there are books written by Sarvajñat Muni and other Acharya, Sureshwar Acharya, etc., only on these 4, by the name Sankshepa Sharirika. A very difficult grantha to understand, which is based only on these 4 sutras. That ends us with the first 4 sutras. Then we move to the next sutra called Ikshanadhikarana. And now the opponent is Sankhya Tattva Jnana, another highly empowered, intelligent opponent called Sankhya of Kapila Muni. So the next Adhikarana, we shall be seeing how Shankaracharya refutes the Sankhya Tattva Jnana. Hari Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Yo, Sanjay ji. Actually, these 4 sutras, initial 4 sutras, have collectively contained the entire meaning of Brahma Sutra, isn't it?
Yes.
Then from when we come to Veda, from Aham Brahmasmi to I am Atma Brahma, is there any distance, or if at all, what is that distance?
No. In the 4 Mahavakyas, there is no distance at all. Any one of that one who realizes, he realizes all the 4 simultaneously. There is a simultaneity into it. It is Eka Samaya Vachchede. You cannot understand yourself that you are an Atma and then understand Atma is nothing else but Brahma. No. The realization that I am Atma, Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, all these happen simultaneously. The nature, in order to explain the nature of reality, these 4 different Mahavakyas have been given. Tat Tvam Asi, you are that. This again is pointing by Lakshanartha to the consciousness in you and the consciousness pervading all around, they are one. A consciousness that is in the limited adjunct Upadhi, moment the Upadhi is removed, the Ghatakash is going to become Mahakasha. In fact, it was nothing else but the part of Mahakasha which was limited by the pot. The pot is removed, it goes back to Mahakasha. So all the 4 Mahavakyas are nothing else but the realization that happens simultaneously at the Paripakva movement of the intense meditation, as Gurudev calls it. When you intensely meditate to drop the meditation, that is the highest meditation. Hari Om.
So one more question. So it is something like you are kindling a wick, an oiled wick with the touch of the a lamp, isn't it? Then instantly it gets fired. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Hari Om, many more questions?
Hari Om, Dr. Sanjay ji. Just a doubt about it is said that उसने आकाश की रचना की और उसमें उसने प्रवेश किया ऐसा that is what may be said in Taittiriya Upanishad. So this is for the Ishvara and this is not for Brahman, if that understanding is correct, because Brahman never do anything or something. And again at the end, I mean, this doesn't happen and everything. So what you mentioned as these all things are going as a parallel. So is it parallel or the first Ishvara came and then this Jagat happened?
The parallelness of creator and creation, Ishvara and Jagat, is a thing that is perceived as parallel when you are on the one side of the line. When you are in the Jagat or you are as a Ishvara, then the parallelness continues. The moment you transcend both, it disappears. The rainbow is seen from this side of the earth. If you go behind the rainbow, there is no rainbow to be seen. So till the time creation is there, creator has to be there. And both of them represent, or both of them are surviving only because of the consciousness. What is Ishvara? Mayopadhita Brahma. Ishvara means nothing else, the Chaitana of the Chaitanya which is there because there is Jagata. So when we say Jada and Chaitanya, the Jada is insentient because it is not able to express the Chaitanya. It is not that it doesn't have Chaitanya. Having Chaitanya and expressing Chaitanya, Kriyashila Chaitanya, Spurti Chaitanya is different. Having electricity in the wire, there is electricity. Now it is switched off. What is happening to the wire? The wire is holding the electricity, but it is not flowing through it. Switch on, it is flowing through it. So creator, creation are the concepts as long as you are in creation. So in the creation, if you start worshipping Ishvara, you will becoming more and more, you will start controlling more and more the created Jagata, and ultimately you will reach a level where you can control the entire Jagata. That is what you will be then Ishvara. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Patanjali Maharaj says there are many who reach to the stage of Ishvara. And then, once they reach there, still they are in Prakriti. Because even though you are Ishvara, you are Mayopadhita. Moment you transcend the Maya, when you go beyond Maya, there cannot be Ishvara also. Then where do you go? You go to that stage where nothing is happening, which is nothing else but the Brahma. So Brahma is the Adhisthana. Creation and the Ishvara, they are the Vivarta. They are appearing on Brahma. Why appearing? They are true when you are on the side of the world. They are seen as appearance when you are actually Brahmi Bhuta. That is why people of Vivekananda's stature, when they were looking everywhere, they looked at it as a mirage. How do you see a serial on a TV? Simultaneously, you are aware that it is false, yet with interest you are seeing. Ideally speaking, all serials on the TV, you should say that this, what is the point? It's all false. No, you know it is false, yet you see as if it is true. This is how a Jivan Mukta looks towards the world. He knows it is false, behaves as if it is true. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Mansiji, you have a question?
My question got answered when Dr. Saab said Mayokadi Chaitanya is Ishvara. Thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Just one thing, Sanjay ji, when we talk, about Ishvara, right? So we also include, because of creator, creation, Brahma, Shiv, they're also part of Ishvara, right?
These are the representative, expressive identities of Ishvara. If Ishvara is omniscient and omnipotent, then for a specific purpose, when he takes a specific shape as a power center, he becomes a deity. If you say Ishvara, can you imagine something? You cannot, because it is without any roop or akar, but Sarva Shakti Maya. When then he uses his Shakti for a specific purpose, we call it a deity. Because of Ishvara, we get the buddhi, the knowledge. Moment see that functioning happens, same Ishvara becomes Saraswati. Moment there is a job of destruction, which is also necessary because everything is created, maintained, and destroyed. So these three specific powers are then imagined in the form of separate entities. They're actually not separate entities. These are nothing else but the power of omniscient, omnipotent Ishvara, which are there for a specific purpose. Moment the specific purpose is there, all the tamas in the world is to be destroyed. The same Ishvara becomes Kali Mata, Durga, because Shakti Swarupini. Shakti from Ishvara, Swarupini for a specific purpose. And that time it could be in the form of female characteristic. It is not the female or male distinguishing that. Female characteristics, because some prowess is expressed in specifically in female form. Some prowess in specifically in a child form. Bala Ganesha. Moment you say Ganesha, Hasti, the elephant head, that means a repository of memory and expressive power. Again, every power in the world is nothing else but the expression of Ishvara. More concentrated it is, it becomes a deity. Distributed it is, we call that person an intelligent man. Intelligent man is the minor expression of Ishvara through the buddhi. Mightiest of mighty intelligence becomes Ganesha. So all the deities are expressions of the same omnipotent, omniscient Ishvara, but Ishvara is with powers because he is omniscient, omnipotent. That is why he is Saguna, Sakar, while the Brahma on which the whole Ishvara and the creation rests has nothing to do with anything of this kind. So he is Nirguna Nirakar. Hari Om.